week, I asked you guys what kind of free idea video you would like to see next. Fantasy ideas got the most votes, so in today's video I'll be giving you 12 free-to-use story ideas for your fantasy manga, comic, or novel. I hope you enjoy this video and it helps you with your manga creations. If you don't already know me, my name is Minette Cross, and on this channel I give you tips and tricks on how to turn your manga into a masterpiece. I'm currently working on my own manga titled Having Faith, which you might hear me talk about in today's video, but also in other videos on my channel. Now, if you're new to my channel and you'd love to see more videos just like this one today, please consider subscribing and hitting that little bell icon to get notified every time I upload something new. I upload a new video every Sunday and Thursday all about manga creating, and I'd love to have you join me on the channel. So as always, the ideas I'll be talking about in today's video are completely free to use in any regard. You could use them just as prompts for inspiration, or you can base your whole manga, comic, or novel story around if you would like. It's up to you how you use these ideas. I just hope that these ideas will bring you inspiration and help to give you ideas for your next story. If you would like to see more free idea videos just like this one in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know what kind of free idea videos you would like to see next. I would love to hear what you guys think. So the fantasy ideas I'll be talking about in today's video will include various subgenres of fantasy, which includes low fantasy, high fantasy, contemporary fantasy, urban fantasy, and sci-fi fantasy. Let's get started with my first fantasy story idea. So the first idea is that the main character is a world leaper, a character who can travel between worlds. Their family are all world leapers, and it is a rare and odd gift. The reason they have this gift is in order to fight enemies from various worlds and keep the worlds from merging together. These world leapers are essentially gatekeepers. One day, the main character stumbles into the human world while chasing an enemy. They defeat the enemy, but the human who they had saved grabs them when they leap back. The human is now trapped in the world leaper's world. The main character is determined to take the human back, but the human insists that they can help. The human had always been an outcast in their world and always wanted to be in the fantasy world. The world leaper notices that the human has a unique ability and hesitantly decides to take the human on as an apprentice. The truth is, the world leaper is looking for a mysterious artifact, one that will seal the worlds together for good and stop enemies from the evil world entering and destroying all of the other worlds. The second idea is that this story is set in a world of elves. The elves are a very beautiful race and very skilled. The main character has never felt they fit in with the rest of the elves. They are clumsy, awkward, and self-conscious of the way they look. However, one skill they have that sets them apart from the elves is their magical abilities. The main character's parents insisted that the main character must never show their magic and hide it no matter what. One day, an enemy clan of Fae attack, and the main character is forced to protect the elves with magic. The main character suddenly realizes that the magic they have is the exact same kind the Fae use. When the Fae realize it, they capture the main character and take them as prisoner. Later, the main character realizes that they are half elf and half Fae, and they have the ability to end the war between the Fae and elves that has continued for centuries. My third idea is that the human population of Earth has now mostly been destroyed, and it has been taken over by mermaids with a small amount of surviving humans left. The main character is born with a split tail, essentially meaning they were born with scaled legs. In an attack between the humans and the mermaids, that mermaid main character is injured and washes up on the edge of a crumbled building. The humans find her believing that she is human. As the story progresses and the mermaid lives with the remaining humans, the mermaid realizes a scary truth. The mermaids had all once been human too. Through a disease that began to spread through the human world from the sea, everyone was slowly turned into mermaids. Knowing the truth, the mermaid tries to stop things before all the humans are turned into mermaids. My fourth story idea is that the main character's family potion company is slowly beginning to fall into debt. The family is forced to close the business as more magical beings are turning towards witches and wizards rather than potion makers. But the main character is determined to make their potions a success, and they become a traveling salesperson, going from town to town and helping characters with their situations. However, as they continue, they realize the reason why their family business failed. Making potions is not about the magic or fame, but it's about helping others. With that knowledge, the main character is determined to help as many people as possible through the use of potions. My fifth story idea is that as a mysterious disease spreads across Earth, people begin to develop strange magical qualities. Some grow tails, pointy ears, magical abilities, wings, and so on. The main character is startled to discover their odd ability to shapeshift. However, every time the main character shifts, they lose more and more memories of their original past self. They believe that someday they will completely forget who they were in the first place. One day, they meet someone who looks exactly like what they remember themselves to look like at the beginning. This person suddenly looked like this when the disease spread. In order to find out the truth of their conditions that seem to match each other, they join a group of other magical characters, all traveling to meet the one person who was never affected by the disease. My sixth story idea is that the world in this story is seemingly perfect. Everyone lives every day in perfect happiness, going about their lives with big smiles. Anyone can do anything they want to do and feel happy while they're doing it. However, the main character realizes that they don't want this. They feel empty somehow. They want to explore and see the world. They one day sneak away from their job, determined to escape and go to another place. Their friend follows, trying to persuade them to return. The main character stumbles outside of the barrier outside of their town, and the main character and their friend realize that the world outside is not what they had expected. Beyond the barrier is a place filled with monsters and darkness. Even though the outside world is terrifying, the main character is determined to find out the truth of why they exist and if there is any other places like theirs outside in that dark world. My seventh story idea is that people randomly begin to fade. It begins with only a few random people, but then as time passes, more and more people begin to fade. As the fading continues, the main character realizes that they seem to be the only one who is able to see the faded. With the help of the faded people, the main character tries to investigate the truth and stop himself from fading as well. My eighth story idea is set in an urban city. The main character is homeless and they play guitar and use the money they make to buy food and other necessities. One night, the main character is awoken by creatures made from shadows. They are almost swallowed by the darkness when another character comes by and saves them. The main character awakens in a very light place and believes that they must be dead. However, the other character, the character who saved them, explains that that character is a figment, a being who is supposed to defeat the remnants. The remnants are shadow beings who come to life based on the memories people try to suppress. Not many can see the remnants unless they are close to death. When the main character had been attacked by remnants who were feeding on his dark memories, the main character nearly died, causing him to see the remnants. The figment had saved the main character and brought him to the figment world. The world is divided by light and darkness. Because the main character had nearly died from the remnants, the main character now has darkness within him. But the figment character says that if the main character helps him, he can remove that darkness. The more remnants he destroys, the more he can erase the dark memories locked inside. As the MC helps the figment, he realizes that the figment character has no memories. The reason the figment is so determined to fight the remnants is so they can hopefully return what they have forgotten in the first place. My ninth story idea is that the main character is a literal Mary Sue or Gary Stu character. Everything about them is perfect and everything they do is perfect. Their lives are perfect, yet the main character feels strange. The MC keeps trying to make a mistake, but every mistake is covered up. Eventually, the main character tries to break out of the state and realizes that their whole life has been a virtual simulation. In order to stop human failure, children under the age of 13 are put in a frozen state and plugged into a program. The virtual program makes them into perfect humans before releasing them at 20. The main character woke up from the program before it was over and realized the truth. The main character is determined to get to the bottom of this and learn the truth, even if it means that they may have to fail first. My 10th story idea is that this world is made up of various characters who are given powers by various mythological gods and goddesses. Some characters might have been given the power of Zeus and can control the weather. Some might have the power of Aphrodite and they can manipulate others with their beauty. Some might have the powers of Apollo and they have flame powers and can burst flames from their hands. The characters with the most potent of powers can go to study at a school governed by the gods and goddesses themselves, in order to see who is worthy of becoming the next mythological gods or goddesses. Hades chose few successes, and the main character is one of them. The main character can turn into shadows. Outcast by the others in training, the main character wonders if he is really the villain they make him out to be. As they are training to become the next gods and goddesses and protect the world, the main character wonders if he should try and be a hero or if he should let the darkness consume him and become a villain. My 11th story idea is that a woodcarver spent his life carving out the statue of a girl in memory of his deceased daughter. A dark wizard breaks in, trying to find the staff that the woodcarver was supposed to make for him. When he discovers that there is no staff, he tries to attack the woodcarver. The wooden statue of the girl comes to life and protects the father. Without realizing it, the woodcarver had powers of his own, and as he carved the statue with his love towards his daughter, the statue slowly brought it to life. In exchange for letting the woodcarver live, however, the dark wizard takes the wooden girl. Yet as the wooden girl stays with him on his travels, the wooden girl helps the wizard to see the world in a different light. And as time goes on, he wonders why he was so desperate for power in the first place. Yet as time passes and the wooden girl and the wizard spend time together, the wooden girl slowly gets more stiff and parts of her turn back into wood. The wizard tries to find a way to keep her alive, but cannot find the answer through his spells and magic. He comes to realize over the course of the story that love is the greatest magic of all, and that's how the wooden girl was brought to life in the first place. And my final story idea, my 12th story idea, is that every time someone tries to hide a part of themselves, part of their soul is broken into fragments. The main character is a soul weaver, and their job is to find the parts of souls people no longer want or suppress and bring them together to create new souls. However, when too many dark, suppressed souls come together, it can create a dark soul. One particular dark soul has risen to too much power and is determined to gain a body. The main character decides to create another being from the light souls in order to have a chance against the really powerful dark soul. Thank you so much for watching my video today, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what kind of free idea video you would like to see next, because I'd love to hear what you guys think. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!